Hey everyone, John Runner 88 here with another review. This time it is Cara Dune from the Vintage Collection. She's a great figure. I absolutely love her. She was great in the show. She was just a badass. It was awesome. And her figure is she's awesome. She's got just a presence to her, and like her colors are just great. She's got that photoreal face going on. If you can see it. Come on. There we go. It's looking good. Just got a little rebel tattoo there. That's the one thing I think on the vintage collection that obviously it's so small it's hard to get right. But I'm sure on my figure's fine, but I'm sure on some it could be just like a little splotch. Yeah, she's got all the articulation that we want to see in a current day vintage collection figure. She's got a double ball joint head in there. She's got the ball joint shoulders. She's got the elbows. She's got the wrist articulation. She's got the ab crunch torso. She's got the double jointed hips. Her little holster is not connected to her leg. Thank you, Hasbro, for not doing that. I hate when they put the little peg in the bottom and like stick it in there. It's like so many figures have the holster pegged into their like mid thigh. And then it's just like, but we've got this swivel here. So you're just gonna like rip that peg out or just make it look gross and like gnawed at from being like moved back and forth. Just got the little knife there. It doesn't come out, but it's like whatever. It's fine. Um, yeah, just got a little weathering on her boots, which is nice. She's got a little armor and stuff. You can't really see it too well because of the light, maybe, but she's got a little silver wearing on her armor. She's got her two weapons. She's got the little pistol here, which is really nice. And she's got her big old heavy blaster that she can hold. You can hold it underneath the barrel if you wanted, but she's also got this little handle here that she can grab onto with the other hand. Go like pew 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 pew. And then she's got this big long strap here, and she can get it up over and across her body. It's kind of it's molded in a way where it fits over her body really good. Just kind of hangs there. She's looking cool. Come on, focus on her. I know the Man Troopers are really cool looking. Today, there we go. Nope, still want the Man Bands. Put her back a little bit. Yes, no, maybe. There we go. So yeah, it was a fun story with her. I actually went to a Best Buy. I had seen that some of them were starting to put out the wave with her, with the Mandalorian, the Clone Trooper, and what was the other one? Oh, the Remnant Trooper. And I was, I go to my local Best Buy here and there, and don't find too much. I think the last time I went, they were like clearancing out some old stuff, and I picked them up. But I like popping in there because they get the the vehicles in usually. Like they've got the troop transport, and I wanted to see that like in person. I haven't picked one up yet, but maybe eventually if they have a good price on it. they ever have a good price on it, I might pick one up. But the price that they're asking for is like $70, I think. They usually have it on sale for like 50 something, but still, I mean, I'm sure it's worth it, but it's just a little too much for me to just be spending out of the blue. But I went to Best Buy and I went to the pegs. Usually there's nothing or just like a peg warmer there, but there's a clone trooper from her wave. And I was just like, interesting. And I would have gotten the clone trooper if they didn't have anything else. So I went and asked somebody, and they were just like, oh, yeah, I mean, usually everything's out on the floor, but I'll check for you. So he went over and he scanned the item, and he was like, oh, it looks like we've got one in the back. I'll go check for you. I was like, okay, thanks a lot. So he goes back there, takes like a minute. He's like in and out, and he comes back around in the corner, and I see a figure in his hand, and I'm just like, ooh, what is that? Mostly expecting it to just be another clone trooper, but then I see like the little bit of blue for her background pill, for the pill in her background in her you know plastic display pill on the package, and I was just like, ooh, getting excited. And then he comes up and he's like, oh, I got this one. And I was like, oh, thank you. I've been wanting this one for so long. So I snatched it, put the clone trooper back for somebody else to be surprised by. I love clone troopers, but I'd rather have Cara Dune. She's just so much cooler. And I got her, picked her up, brought her home. She's just been, whenever I'm doing up pictures with like kind of rebel characters and stuff, she's always there. Always looking like a badass. She's got a little shock trooper tattoo there, which is cool. I'm glad they didn't change her character design up too much for season 2. Like give her like a completely different outfit. They kind of just made it a little more functional as far as like moving her arms and stuff. Because I think this is like almost like one whole piece wrapping around her in the first season. They've kind of segmented it a little bit for the second season, and that's pretty much it. I think that they changed about her. I think they may have made her colors pop a little bit more in the show, but from the stuff that we've seen so far. But other than that, just an awesome figure. It's ready to punch some stormtroopers in the face, crack some helmets. I also love this little detail, like her hair is really cool too. She's got like a little braiding going around into the rest of her hair. Something I don't even think you could really see in the show just because they never really filmed her from that angle. But it's awesome that they were able to get that little detail in there and whatnot. But yeah, it's Cara Dune from the Vintage Collection. If you can find her, pick her up. Like I said, this was only like a month ago or so that I found her. So if you go to a Best Buy, especially one that's not hit too hard, or in like a very heavily trafficked area, like the one I went to, it's like where I'm from. It's like one of the busiest streets in my city. It's just like got all the stores on it. So I was very surprised that she was there. But it was because I asked somebody. It's always good when you go in, like I know when I'm at work, and I get somebody who is very nice, and they come up and ask if we've got anything in stock. Usually we don't, because we've been pushing most of the product out when we get it in. Flexing it onto the shelves and stuff. Just trying to get the product onto the floor. Especially for like figures and stuff, like I'll, fit them out somewhere where the product is. Yeah, if somebody's asking me questions, being nice, I'll go the extra mile and talk to them a little bit, figure out what they're looking for, see if there's any dates scheduled for the item to come in. If not, I can check to see if another store might have it. Yeah, just be nice to retail workers. We have no control over the product that comes in. We do not order this stuff personally. It just comes from a warehouse. And before the warehouse, it comes from Hasbro. And like across an ocean. Especially with me, I'm on the East Coast. We like get stuff like 2 weeks or so after they start showing up on the West Coast. Very frustrating, but that's just the way it works. Trucks can only move so fast, I suppose. And I wouldn't want those people to overwork themselves. Um, and it's like, it's also problematic when stores are putting things out before they're supposed to. Like if there's a street date, so many stores just start dropping product the second it comes in the building. And that's not right because there are collectors that come looking for the stuff on the day that it's supposed to be out and scalpers. But um, to most stores, they're one and the same. To not to me, when a collector comes to my store, I can usually tell when they're a collector. They're usually very nice. Scalpers tend to have a little more of a hothead, especially when you don't have the item and it says we have the item. But sometimes we can't always get to the item, or maybe it's just not ready to be put out yet. It could be street dated. Plenty of reasons for a product not to be in the store or not be available at the time. So be nice to retail workers, especially with the holiday season coming up. Be nice. Just be nice. Just remember that. Yeah, it's my review for Cara Dune from the Vintage Collection. Awesome that I found her. Was not expecting to. Was beyond happy when I saw the guy holding her coming out of the back room. And again, it's because I was nice. Asked somebody. And because I was nice, they were just like, okay, I'll go check for this guy. I don't have anything else going on right now. And he found Cara Dune for me. And now I have her. And she's awesome. And thank you for watching. Bye, guys.